Hey, what's up everyone? This is Documentation. So, right now I was out looking for Midnight because Midnight, she usually comes around midnight. She usually comes around at midnight. I know we had a lot of storms and rain today, but usually she's here. She was pregnant, but she usually has her kittens here at the house. And most of the time she'll come to you every little bit to get food and water. But this time, she has not been here in a couple of days. I'm like, it's one thing after another for me, it seems. Just one thing after another. And so I don't know whether she's coming back or not. I hope she does. I'm going to keep my hopes up. But I was out there looking for her, and I wanted to talk about the strangeness about the house. This house on the hill. Or not really on the hill. It's on a slanted hillside, but it's the next house from us. And it's always had a strange energy. Now, I don't seemingly care for the people that are there now, so I don't go over there and I don't talk to them. You know how people are now, but the people that used to live there, they were all right. That girl spoke to me one time. She was all right. She was nice, and they moved out. But I noticed there's always been an energy about that house where the lights are right there. That light peeking through. There's always been an energy about that place. Weird energy. And that house right there. There's always been a strange energy about it. And I've noticed, I was looking for Midnight earlier, and I go to the road just past the mailbox, and in between those two pine trees right there, and when I stand there in that particular spot, every time it never fails that when I do, their lights flicker. And it's like they start dimming, brightening, dimming, and brightening, just like this. It's like, vroom, 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 vroom. It's like they dim and brighten. There's some kind of connection that I have directly with that house. And it's just, Mama's always like, why are you always concerned about that house? Like, what the heck? I'm like, I can't help it. It's it puts me in a daze. And then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, I notice a bright energy around it. An aura. I've never seen a house just have an aura, an energy. What does that mean? The house has this bright energy, and all of a sudden, the next thing you know, I'm suddenly able to see all around that house. It's like a bright white type of light. And when I try to record, it doesn't happen, but I don't really want to be recording someone's house because, I just don't want to do that. But the point is, it's nighttime, but you could just all you see is lights flicker. But it's weird. The lights flicker, they dim and brighten, and then almost go out and then come back. And it puts me into a trance. Then next thing I see is this smoky white aura or energy. A smoky energy just exit that house. That energy will leave that house in the shape of that house. And the smoke will suddenly just start traveling and go up the hill. It's like a fog, like a ghost version of that house. That's it. It's like a ghost version of that house emits. Like there's a bright energy around it when I stare at it. And it's almost like I'm connecting with it and releasing some kind of an energy or spirit energy in the shape of that house. It's really weird. I don't even know how to explain it. In the past, I've connected with it. I sat out there and this was one other time when one of my animals disappeared, and I sat out there and I started getting into a daze, and I was like, why are those lights so entrancing? And all of a sudden they started flickering and dimming and dimming. And then I saw the smoky white ghost version of that house. And then it went up under the hill, just went on by. I know this sounds insane. And many people out there will think it is insane. So if you do think it's insane, just go ahead and move on to somewhere else. But that's me. The toothache ease that I've been going through for, this is documentation, by the way, the toothache ease that I was going through, it's coming back now, but I had like 3-4 hour period where it was better. And I fixed some spaghetti because I figured that would be easy. Spaghetti and burger meat and some garlic and herb ragu, sauteed mushroom and garlic ragu sauce I put in there. And been using a lot of Orajel, but that's what happened. That is what happened with that house. It's happened I don't know how many times. Documentation, just documenting it. I can't tell you how many times that's happened. There's some odd energy about that house. Something very odd. What do you think it means? What do you think it means when you see, when lights flicker when you're staring at it? Only at a certain point. When I'm at a certain point from it on the old road there. When I go right over there and I'm at that point, and then I'm in that distance from that point, and I get into a daze and stare at it and it starts flickering. And then the bright white light, and then a ghostly version of the house, the aura or energy of it. It's like smoke, white smoke, just exits the house in the shape of the house and goes up the hill. But it's like a ghost version of it, moving. Really weird. It's really weird, but that's happened to me with pretty much almost every single person who's lived there. There's been 4 different. Mom was always asking, "What is it about you and that house?" But there's been 4 different. There was this young guy before then, and then there was this guy and this woman lived there before then, and then after that it was this elderly woman, and then there was this couple that lived there after that, and then now it's these other people that I don't know anything about them. I mean, I don't know. Just don't but as far as I know. But, you get the vibe, you know what I mean? But, I mean, I'm still trying to be nice to everyone around. But the thing is, it's really weird. Anyone know what that would be when the energy of a house does that? Alright, so peace. Documentation. Hopefully midnight comes back.